All in moderation, fam. So I was doing a live stream, was it last week or the week before? And someone said, "Oh, Jay, why do you hate on people that drive a Mercedes and that?" Man's not hating on people that drive a Mercedes, but it's all in moderation. You know, you should spend your money in moderation. You should spend your money accordingly. You should not be spending £500 on a car lease every month if you're only on £2,000. You should be spending £500 on a car lease every month if you're on a £5,000. So I had a guy hit me up yesterday on Instagram, and he was saying that obviously he's got this amount of money saved up, he earns this much, obviously he's got a nice car that he's kitted up, and that he sent that in a voice note and that, and I said to him, blood, it's cool, fam. You got X amount of big boy money in your bank account and you earn a good wage, better than the average 35-40 grand a year. Don't worry, fam. You don't need to justify why you got a car in it. I just had to explain to him it's about all in moderation, yeah? Like I said earlier, if you're on £2,000, you should not be spending no £500 a month on a car. If you're on £2,000, the most you should be spending, you just have to apply the 10% rule, basically, really. Yeah? Your car should not cost you more than 10% of your monthly salary. So if you're on a £2,000, your car should not be costing you more than £200. If you're on £5,000, 5 bills, you get me, for a car every month. If you're only on £800 a month, you should even have no car. Blood, walk, ride bike, ride bus to blood clot, run, yeah? If you're on £800 a month, yeah, I don't give a shit if it's only part-time you work, I don't care. If your monthly takings, your monthly earnings is £800 a month, you shouldn't have a car at all. So it's all in moderation and that. And at the same time, I don't really be rating these parents out here who, they're on £5,000 a month, let's say, or whatever amount of money they're on. They're spending £500 to lease a car, but then their kids are mediocre in school. So their kids are just doing average. They got C's, just about. Yeah, they're in. Oh, I was gonna say top set, but yeah, they're in the middle sets and that. They're in set 3 and that. You think man was ever in set 3 in school, blood? Man was always in set 1, blood. The only time man was in set 2 is because of my behaviour, fam. I used to be in set 1 for maths. And they relegated, man, because of my behaviour. I remember I was doing one course called statistics after school, like after 3 p.m, 3:15 and that. Man was in class with people. Yeah, I was the dumbest in the class. But my classmates, some of them, man, they're gone on to be dentists and that. Yeah, them, you know, them top tier youths and that. Man was in the same class as them. But man got relegated still because of my behaviour and that. There's parents out here who, they're spending £500 on a lease every month on a car, but they're not willing to spend £100-200 a month on their children's private tuition and that. You see, there's a lot of parents out here, they're very selfish. There's a lot of parents out here, I guarantee you, yeah. Let's say, for example, they had like, I don't know, 20-30 grand saved up, yeah. If, I don't know, for some reason, some private school hit them up and said, yo, listen, yeah, we're doing this amazing deal right now, yeah. We're doing this amazing deal right now. You can send your child to private school from year 7 to year 11. It's one of the best private schools in the country. It's not exactly Eton, but a lot of the kids that go there go on to be MPs and that, yeah? Your child is going to be rubbing shoulders with potential MPs. All we need you to do is pay 25-30 grand in cash, and that's their private tuition set for the rest of their school life and that. You know, there's some parents, they would hear that and say, all right, cool. What I'll do is I'll give it a think, innit? Yeah, I'll think about it, whatever, innit? And then in a few weeks, coming months and that, they will rationalise and they will justify not spending that money on their child's private tuition and that, because ultimately they want to buy the nice car, they want to go on holidays and that, they want to go Lockham and Tarshi's, Hakkasan, Novoco, Noble, all these nonsense, Salt Bay's restaurant and that, just to take pictures and that. They'd rather spend and waste their money on that than invest in their children. That's why I rate these parents, bro. I'm telling you, there's parents out here, if they had 25 grand stacked in cash and they didn't really know what to do with it, they had 25 grand stacked in cash, and someone hit them up and said, this is one of the best private schools in the country. It's not a rip-off, it's not a scam. You can send your child here for £25,000 and that will cover them until they're in year 11, until they finish school. You know, like private schools usually like 25 grand a year, but they're doing like a special incentive deal in it. It's something to do with like King Charles's trust. You understand what I'm trying to say? There's certain parents out here, they will say, I'll give it a thought, and then they will manually they will on purposely forget about that conversation, have amnesia, you know. They'll rationalize and justify, why do I know plenty of people that went to private school, although they didn't, and, you know, they got a good education and that, but they're not really doing too well. They'll rationalize it. I rate these parents. Innit? So it's all in moderation. Yeah, you shouldn't be spending £500-600 a month on a car if you're only on £2,000. You shouldn't even be spending £500-600 a month on a car and that if your kids ain't even getting private tuition on the side and that. Yeah, so that's just my philosophy. All in moderation. You gotta make sacrifice and that. You gotta put the things that are more important first before the luxuries, innit? Anyway, man, that's it for today, man. Stay wise. Ton, man.